Bill, it's good to have you back with us.
Hey, son.
I know.
It's
you
always
have-
good to be
right.
back with friends. It really is.
Yes, I know.
I've been down for a little while, but
My,
I'm on my way back.
it's on. They can't hear me? Oh, heck. Okay, hold on a second. I had it too far down on my shirt. Can you hear me now, Dylan?
Wrong one.
Got the wrong one. I guess we put the good one on the
Telephone.
telephone. All right, we'll do some swapping. Just stand by.
Well, talk into that and see what
Yeah.
it says.
Bill, like I said, it's always good to have you with us, and I know you've had a lot going
Hey.
on with,
It's always good to be back with you fellas. It really is.
with
I-
me and Miss Polly and everything else thrown in on top of it. It's we've missed you badly.
I've missed being with you. I really have.
Yeah.
I've missed being able to go fishing. I hadn't been able to go fishing much.
Yeah. Okay. What's the verdict? Is it working now? Can you hear me? Dylan can hear me. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll go with that right there. Then.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. All right. You hearing Bill good, Dylan?
Hey, buddy, how about that, son? Can you
Yeah.
hear old Billy boy?
Is she hear me now? Well, okay. She's probably got the TV on the wrong channel. Okay. All right. Anyway, like I said, Bill, glad to have you back, folks. We got shucks. Well, you know the show before us is live, and we have about a 2-minute window to turn everything over. And
Yeah,
get-
buddy, that's
get,
right.
You get the mics over here and the phone over here and the camera over here and everything. So I hope Sherry's listening, hearing me anyway.
She heard that last comment. You probably won't be getting no biscuits in the morning.
Yeah, she's already got them made. She throws them out. Yeah. But anyway, we do have a pretty quick turnover here, to get us what we need to go with here. We think we showed all the film on my camera last week, so we're going to go with what Mike's got, and then he was up on the lake. What night was it, Mike? You and Jeff?
Tuesday.
Tuesday night?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mike and Jeff was back up there a little while Tuesday night, and that was the night of the full moon, and they didn't do all that good, he said.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, I went over to Dale Hollow. Me and Paul went over to Dale Hollow, and we got to fish one night, and it was sorry. It really was.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have a moon. It stayed dark, overcast all night, drizzle, rain. So we only fished about one night there, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And we came back. It came a real bad storm over our Tuesday afternoon, and we didn't get to go out Tuesday night at all. So we loaded up Wednesday and said, hey, be a better time down the road.
Yeah. All right. Right quick, while we got everybody hopefully listening, 2 things I want to remind you about. Shane Grace, the gentleman, electrician over at work, real bad shape. They're having a benefit tournament for him this coming Saturday. Bill, down at Tom Fuller Park, boat ramp, safe light until 2 p.m. All state rules apply. Largemouth 15 inches, smallmouth 18, and meanmouth 18. Questions or contact Jeff Moore at 865-776. Well, dang, Dylan, you've got it up, but you've done good. That looks really good. That shows up a lot better than what we
Really
had last.
good, yeah.
Right there, folks. That's all the information. We'll say this: the entry fee, the $75 entry fee, $40 goes to payout, and $5 on the big fish, and then $30 goes to Shane's family. And let me tell you, folks, they really could use it. I mean, this cancer thing, Bill, is really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, dadgummit, It just, it's just really bad. So anyway, do support that, folks, if at all possible, and we'll get things going here and move right along. The next thing I want to remind you all about, out in Morgan County, they're having the WECO, which is a local radio station out there, outdoor show Friday and Saturday. Let's see. Yeah, this starts this Friday afternoon and runs into Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
You got a lot of things going on. Glenn Reynolds Racing Marine's going to be out there. You're going to have some boats, some boats and a pontoon boat or two and some side-by-sides. So go by out there and show some support and let Glenn know you saw the advertisement here on the TV. So there, Dylan's got, and oh yeah, and I'm kind of glad Wesley stepped out because I don't know if he knows Turtle Man's going to be a guest out there. So anyway, that's a little deal what's going on, but we really do appreciate them and wanted to let Glenn's or let Reynolds Racing Marine know that I passed the word along to you all about them having some stuff out there for you to look at, check out, whatever, and then hopefully you move on from there with test ride, test drive, or something.
Right.
So, anyway, we're going to get to it. Dylan, are you ready to show some film? All right, let's do it. Now, let me see here. Get with you all in just a second. If we're still on the air, I'd like for Miss Robert Owens to call me on my cell phone, 310-18-1854.
Yeah.
310-1854, Miss Owens. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Get you some of them. Fellas, that's a good job at it. All right, we'll see you on the show there Thursday night. Right there, bro. Good little old smallmouth. About 22 foot deep. Got him on a watermelon red Z-hog. We'll put him back and see if we can get another. All right, huh? You let off on him again? Right. Oh, watch him go. Got you. Yeah. Ain't all that big, but he sure was mean. Put up a good fight. Good fight. All right, we'll put it back and see if we can find another. What a tug. Catfish or drum? Which one we got here? Catfish.
I think I'll turn the camera off on that.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff, carry him nice in there. He's down the bottom of the boat and he's gonna tear up everything, ain't he?
Fish over there in the lap.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's a nice one. Real nice. Okay. Beat that. What's that on, Jeff? Green pumpkin. Okay. We get back after it. best to get off my rope. Yeah. Well, don't want you to touch that lip. It's funny about that lip. You just can't stand that to touch it. All right, we put him back. See what we get. Go. Oh. 90 mile an hour too, buddy. Oh, man. Oh, there's that lip again. God, I can't stand it. Touch him. Touch that lip. Like puts a nerve in him or something. Only got that thing hooked in top of that mouth. Get it to come loose at all. There it went. That's another nice one. Get him back. See what damage he done to the spinner bait. There we go. Oh, look out. He come off too. Good thing. Got him in the boat when we did. I had him at all, would I? It's all right. Nice. Put him back. I'm on that Z-hog. Watermelon Z-hog. Yeah. That's a largemouth, eh? Yeah. Largemouth there. Put my Z-hog up. Come up here, he's coming. Looking at his head, ain't he? Quite big. What he thinks he's mean, though. Let's touch that lip, boy. He just don't like to touch that lip, boy. You gotta give it up. Put him back. Oh, wait. Had him hooked too. About it. Good little small. And you'll say I got you. I said I had you. Lord, mouth there. Well, get him off. Get another one. Okay. He swallowed it. Go ahead. He wants to be. Make sure I'm wide open. Get out of here now. Go, watch you can go. Got that lip now. Can't stand it when you grab that lip. Pretty little small. See what we got here. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Get out here, you big rascal.
I've been looking for it all night.
Yeah. Oh, what you? Oh, there, biting. Yeah, watch him bite. Oh, that late bone, he got teeth like a razor, too. Man, wow. Oh. I'm going to get the claws on him or something here. Get the hook there. Oh, right there.
A little better.
See about that. Well, with that,
All right, we're back. Well, Mike, there ain't nothing I can say. But tell us what went on there. Is that all the film we got?
Yeah.
Okay, you're looking all right. Tell us when and where and what was going on.
Like I say, we showed that little bit there the other night with Mikey there, and then that was on a Wednesday night, I believe it was, for the 4th, and then me and Jeff went back on Friday night, and we showed that tonight.
Yeah.
And then
You
we
had
got
some good fish, Mike.
Yeah.
You really did.
Yeah.
Still on that blade.
They was on that blade, so
Yeah.
it was. That's a nice fish. And then the other part there was Tuesday night when went up there with Jeff and fished for a little while. And, of course, both of us had to work the next day, so we couldn't stay all night. But we stayed a lot longer than what we should have.
Hard to stay all night and then work, ain't
yeah,
it?
yeah. But, man, we tried a lot of different baits and
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
stuff, but I never got but one dang strike on that spinner bait, and I kept throwing different jigs, and he did too, kept changing up jigs and stuff, and changing colors and trailers and everything else, and I keep going back, and the only thing that seemed like that Z-Hog was the only thing I could
Yeah.
pretty much get a hit on, and they was funny when they'd get that, they'd just get a hold of it, and then you'd feel them just a little bit
Hey,
heavy,
hey.
and then here they'd come swimming toward the deep water, you know, with it, and just hang with them there just 15, 20 seconds, and
Yeah.
something of them come on out with it, and then set the hook on them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'd catch him, sometimes you wouldn't. But,
Yeah. Well, I had two fellas that friends of mine from up at Bristol come down, and they wanted to fish Norris, and I sort of hesitated about going with them, for I still wasn't sure about my knee. But anyway, I said, fellas, I'll go with you and sit in the boat, and I'll show you what little I know about it. But I said, I'm not going to fish a lot. So I went with them, and they was using that blade, son, and a jig. And we put in at Anderson County Park. We went up to Clinch a little ways and fished up there, caught 4 or 5 little fish up there. And I told them, I said, fellas, you're fishing too close to the bank. I said, don't be throwing in 2 foot of water. Throw out there in 12, 15, 18 foot of water and work it out that way. And they wound up catching about 20 fish that night, and most of them was on the blade. And but they real good fellas, real good fishermen. That they fished a little bit shallow for me.
Yeah.
But anyway, they had a good time, and they appreciated me going with them. They don't get to go fish Norris very much. They fish South Holston and Watauga and all of them are lakes up in there. And
Good
they,
lakes up there, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So they wanted to change a little bit, and I appreciated them. I really did. I've known the two fellas for a long time, and they, like I said, they're good fellas and real good fishermen.
Mm-hmm.
We had a good time, really did.
Well, that's good. What kind of blade? Bill? What kind of blade was they throwing?
They was throwing a 4.5 and a 5, and that emerald blade.
Yeah.
They didn't
Yeah.
have no real good blades. They tried to talk me out of mine, but I said no.
Yeah.
They was using that emerald blade, and some
Okay.
of it had that roughness on it, and some of it was just plain.
Slick. Yeah, slick
Yeah.
blade. Yeah. Okay.
We didn't have no moon or nothing. It was black,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we fished up the Clinch, up the Powell, in some places I've known up there for a long time. I hadn't fished them in a long time, and we caught fish up there, and then we went towards the dam, and we had 8 or 10 fish that was up there close to 3.5 to 4 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they was real satisfied with what they'd done that night.
Mm-hmm. Guy I work with, old Charlie there from up there in Campbell County, he fished a tournament up there last weekend, last Saturday night, and I think they had 3 fish weighed on, well, almost 18 pound. Had a 779, right at 780 on a largemouth, and
Yeah,
then had
boy.
another largemouth, I think over 5 pound, or a little over 5 pound, and then a smallmouth about 4 something.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
That's
for
great.
3 fish
Three
limit.
fish,
Yeah,
3 fish
buddy.
limit, 18 pound. That's
You Yeah.
pretty good anymore.
You ain't kidding. That's and said they caught a lot of 3-pounders. Said they went up there Friday night and didn't do much good, and then went. I don't know if they was fishing a tournament or not, but then
Yeah.
on Saturday night he said, they just turned the loose.
Yeah.
And everywhere
They're-
we went, caught fish.
Yeah, that Skeeter boat, they're having a 1 fish limit tournament up there tonight.
Are they?
Yeah, my friend's supposed to call me here. It's from 6:30 to 9:30,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 1 fish.
1 fish.
They've been having anywhere from 38 to 45
45
boats on Thursday night.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, 6:30 to 9:30, and he's gonna call me tonight and let me know what happened.
Well, that'd be good to find out that one. All right. Mr. Robert Owens lives up there in Campbell County. And Robert, if you're watching, give me a call here at the studio on my cell phone, 310-1854. I need to speak to you for just a minute. But anyway, we're going to go to take a little commercial break and come right back, Mike, and see if we can find some more film.
That's going to be hard to find since you didn't do no fishing.
Well, I'm like you. I was busy. Well, last week, folks, we had that trip to Georgia we had to make, and things happen. And when you got family, lost loved ones, you got to go. So that's what we
right,
done.
son.
Yeah. So anyway, we didn't fish much last weekend, and we were, like I said, left for Chad. Went down to Atlanta there Saturday morning and got back late, and church on Sunday. So we had a busy schedule last week, but hopefully we can make up for that here, Bill, in the next day or two. Rick?
That's exactly right, son. Yes, sir.
All right, Dylan, give us a break, will you? All right. Wave at me, Jack. Folks, we're here at Edgemore Outdoors. Mr. Jack Dunaway, he just came in and fixed to leave. Just looking around here, seeing what all Jim's got, like he don't have everything already. But just running up and down the aisles here, I mean, it's just absolutely loaded as usual. Back wall, I mean, we've got everything that you can think of here. And well lit, well kept place. They do have. Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is the place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes. Light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end and the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could, they'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. Okay, folks, welcome to the Edgemore Outdoors. I'm over here with Vance and Jim today. They've had several customers in. Just give you a little idea of the whole shop. You guys have seen it. You know what's in here. I mean, it's, everything that you're looking for. And then let's keep getting all the new stuff in. So we're going to get over here to the counter and visit with Vance. He's been making a list. And we got a bunch of reels up on the cabinet. And we're going to take a look at that. Everything in the world in here. Fishing lures, lines, plastics, sunglasses, all kinds of baits, swim baits, jigs, spinner baits, plugs, rods, reels, boat saver. I mean, it's all here. So come by and see Edgemore. We'll get over here and see what Vance has got us here on the counter. All right, folks, I'm here with Vance behind the counter. Vance, what you got laid up here for us, bud?
What we got here is some newer Daiwa spinning reels and a Daiwa Tatula CT bait caster.
Uh-huh.
And then we also got a newer Lew's bait caster here. It's a Tournament Pro.
Yeah.
We got some new Dixie Custom feather stick rods here.
So now, you've been bragging about that rod a whole lot. Let's hear about it.
Well, this rod's a little bit lighter than the other models. It's also, the blank is made thinner. And instead of just red foam, it's got actual red wind grips on there for it.
Uh-huh.
So that's a real nice rod there.
Well, I picked it up. I sure did like it. It is light about that, and it's got some good backbone to it to be that light. So that's a plus. Now, what about these two reels right here,
We got a Daiwa Revros here. That's $49.99.
Mm-hmm.
And a Daiwa Exceller here, $79.99.
Well, I tell you what, they sure feel smooth to me.
They're light. They're smooth. It's a real good quality reel for the money there.
Okay.
We also got Mega Bass. Got all that in here.
Got some Mega Bass and
Mega Bass. Yep. We got some new braid, different kinds of braid that is fluorescent.
Yeah.
Glows under high vis.
Okay.
Got the Tokyo rigs. Got new VMC Nico shroom weights.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, folks, get by here, see Edgemore Outdoors. Jim or Vance will be here. Got live bait, night crawlers. I mean, you know, well, hey, if we don't have it here, you don't need it. So get by here and visit with Edgemore Outdoors. All right, Mike.
Yep.
Let's talk about here's the deal, Bill. I called you a month and a half ago and told you them damn blame fish was they wasn't striking that bait. They just have it.
That's right.
Yeah, and you said just pop it up before you know, instead of gliding it, just give it a little pop like that. Well, that helped me a whole lot. I mean, the next night I went back, and that worked really well. I mean, I knew then I had, because before we just picked that bait up and set it, you know, let it hit the bottom, and then just pick it up again on the glide. And shucks, when you picked it up the third time, there was one already on it, but you couldn't hold on to it.
I've seen them like that many a time in my lifetime, and that's the reason I told you about what I was doing, and it has worked for me lots and lots of good times.
Mm-hmm.
And I've caught a lot of fish like that.
Yeah.
And I know that you fellas know that me and your daddy fished a lot of times, and we figured them out as we went.
Yeah.
And I know that you and Mike is too good a fisherman, and you'll figure them out too.
Well, the deal was you wouldn't get a good hook set because you never, you know,
Never felt
the fish. He'd just be on there. You'd just be heavy.
Yeah.
But now, you know, that's fun. And last year, them fish knocked snot out of that thing. But
Oh, they murdered it.
Yeah, you
But
didn't have to. I mean, you
I don't
knew.
know if it's the boat traffic or exactly what makes them do that, but I've seen it happen many times in my lifetime. They just want to piddle around with it.
Yeah.
Don't want to hit it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know what makes them do that, but I don't know whether it's the boat traffic or that's just the fish themselves.
Yeah. Well, and then our Mike is talking about the same thing, but then you turn right around and throw a spinnerbait out there, buddy, and they'll knock the rod out of your hand.
That's right. Yeah.
And, you know, and shucks, I've caught a lot of fish. I know you've caught a lot more on it than I have over the years, but they'll take the rod away from you.
Yeah.
But then this year's been awful different from
It's been
the last few years.
Everything's been different.
Yeah, water's way up in the trees.
And not only the water, the gardening has been different.
Yes.
The grass has been different.
Yeah.
And I can't keep my grass mowed enough.
I know. That's a
And
fact.
it's just been different everything.
Yeah. I agree with that, and there's something to it because up to this year, when we'd be up there of a night, you pick that jig up off the bottom, son.
You better hold on.
You better hold on, because
Yeah.
he's gonna warp it. You know.
When you pick it up now, they might just
yeah.
swipe at it and not take it.
Yeah.
But if you'll just give that little hop up off
Mm-hmm.
of it, not move it real far or anything, sometimes they'll take it and right off pretty hard. Yeah.
Well, that next, like I said, that was on a Friday Friday day. I called you or whatever, or Saturday day one, told you what was going on, how the fish was doing, and I went right back up there on Saturday night, and I told Wesley, I said, talk to Bill, because what we was getting the bites, but you couldn't get a good hook set on them, because heck, it'd be on there running with it when you'd go to pick it up the next time, and they'd get off, you know, and so we lost a lot of fish, and then after I talked to you, I told Wesley, I said, when you pick that thing up, don't just pick it up and hold it, just kind of give it a little pop like that and hold on, and sure enough, it helped us get a lot more fish in the boat, because we actually felt the strike then, you know, a little tick. and sometimes it wouldn't. You know how them little old red eyes are up there. They'll
Yeah.
just bump that thing.
Yeah.
Well, them dang smallmouth was doing the same
Doing the same
thing.
thing, yeah.
And
When you move that jig or spinnerbait or whatever too far,
mhm.
they just sometimes don't
Don't
take it.
But you touched on the right thing. Everything's been different up there this year.
Yeah, everything.
It ain't.
Even on the lakes and on the land and everything else.
Yeah, it sure has. All this rain is just changed everything. The water
Yeah.
coming up real fast and still way up in the trees and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's made a difference. And
It's made it hard fishing too.
it has. It really has.
I can say one thing. This year, I've seen more bait fish on that depth finder than I've ever seen on North Lake.
Yeah.
I mean, big balls of them that I've never
Yeah.
seen before. It's kind of about like you see down at Watch Bar, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of bait fishing. The other week when we was up there, them little old pinheads that was about a half-inch long, they were just solid around the
Yeah.
boat. on
Well,
them lights and
I
stuff.
tell you what, my experience is that when them fish is feeding on them are little minnows, and they've been doing it everywhere this year. The real good minnows, I don't know whether they're deeper or they're in on the bank or exactly where. But when these little old pinheads, they're an inch and a half long, and they're feeding on them. I know they're feeding on them for they spit them up when you get them in there.
Exactly right,
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah.
And the good minnows, I've not, like I said, I've not been on the lake, but I've talked to too many people says they don't see any good minnows.
Yeah.
They're sure showing up at night up there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Places. I mean, they're not on every place, but when you find a place that's got them, it's just big balls of them everywhere out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you ain't seeing the size of the minnows. What we're seeing, they're a little old big because the
Well,
other
the
evening-
liplins seem to be up next to the surface.
Yeah.
It's the big ones you see out there 20 foot deep or so.
Well, the evening me and Wesley went up there Friday, 2 Fridays ago. I had 4 fish on. That was the day you had come up there, you and Mikey, and all the lightning was around over us. And before it got dark, I had 3 of them was dandies on. And when I'd get them out there next to the boat, and they'd pull off, the shad minnows, there'd be 3 or 4 minnows bull
Yeah.
up the top, and they wasn't that long.
That's right.
They little bitty things.
Yeah.
I said, don't you look at the size of that minnow?
It's been like that everywhere I've talked
Yeah.
to people that's been fishing.
Right.
They feeding on them little minnows,
Little old
not,
minnows, yeah.
not the big ones. If they get feeding on them big ones, the bigger bait, the better off you are.
Yeah, I
I
hear you.
mean, use a jig or spinner bait.
I was throwing Joe Paul's peanut jig there, got a small bait,
Yeah.
that evening. Just picked it up out of the rod locker box, black and black. And heck, the second cast I made with it, the wind was blowing hard, and next thing I know, I said, get your camera. I've got a good one on here, and got that thing up, and he jumped water out there, and then got him in there next to the boat, and dadgum, he didn't come loose, and the minnows boiled up, 2, 3 of them. You know, I thought, where'd them minnows come? And then it dawned on me. I said, that blame fish spit them up.
Yeah.
And then dadgum, I didn't go and lose 2 more the same way down there next to the boat dock. And the 4th fish, I finally got him in the boat.
Yeah.
But they both, them 2 spit up minnows
Yeah.
same way.
I was telling
but-
Steve, it seems funny to me that over the past 5 or 6 years, as many fish as we've caught up there that's been 18 inches long, that weigh 3-4 pounds, you'd think they'd be up there in that 5 or 6 pound range, and
Yeah.
it growed some, but it just acts like that fish ain't growing at all up there.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, well, I think the reason why Mike is this right here, I think we had a real late spawn and on some of the fish. Some of the fish may have, the bigger fish may have spawned it early,
Yeah.
but the real good spawning fish, they spawned it late, and they just hadn't got their weight back on yet. I know some of them fish that I've talked to people, they'd catch them just here recently. They'd catch them. They'd be so. When I was fishing with the 2 boys from up at Bristol the other night, they caught some good fish, but them things, they didn't have no weight on them at all. And I don't know if they just got through spawning and hadn't gained their weight back or what. But anyway, they were thin.
Yeah. All right, that sounds good. Dylan, give us a little bit of that IUOE, and I think we've got Reynolds, Timms, and Edgemore, like Pamela Ann's and IUOE. Give us some of that, and we'll take just a couple of 3-5 minute break here and come right back.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
Pretty easy for a contractor to use us. And we, like I said, we pride ourselves in our work. Our work is all we have to offer, and feel like we give a contractor an honest day's work for his money.
Yeah. All right, David, I appreciate the history, and I appreciate you, I've been with you 19 years now. And I want to thank you all for being a sponsor of the fishing show, and I know you're an avid fisherman too.
Yes, I enjoy fishing, and and I appreciate the opportunity just to get to be on your show here for a minute, and
Let people know what we represent.
that's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TDA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, it's a good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, whether it be Barnhart. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way, all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David, I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Here we go. All right, folks, we're back. We're all in agreement that that everything's different, and it always does change. But the fish up there have been real funny about how they're biting.
Not up there, but they have everywhere. I've talked to people. They've just not done the thing that this year that they have in the past.
Yeah.
And like I said, sometimes I think I know everything about a fish, and then they turn right around and make a liar out of me, and make a fool out of me.
I heard that, Bill.
After being after for 85 years or so, they still make a fool out of me. So.
Right, I agree. I do want to comment on what Mike mentioned. You go up there and you catch fish that's 17 and a half, 18 and a half inches. And then, we've all heard, and I can't swear to it and wouldn't, but that, them fish return to back and we release them all right there where we catch them. And you would think that the nenext year that fish would ought to weigh a pound heavier.
Yeah. It ought to, really.
It ought to weigh a pound heavier, but it doesn't. It's not happening. It really not. Shucks.
I always looked at it like this right here, Steve and Mike. as long as you got the bait fish in the lake, they gonna do better. But now then, we got the bait fish, and it don't seem like they're doing any better. And you take the LY that we've got in our lakes today, they're the highest protein minnow that we've got.
Mm-hmm.
And they're a lot more protein than the shad is.
Yeah.
Shad don't have that, but you take the little minnows that we're seeing, I think the biggest part of them are shad.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. But you take the good LY minnows, we're not getting them up like we have in the past.
Yeah.
And that counts a whole lot that the fish not getting as heavy as they do. They're not getting enough protein.
Yeah. There's something going on there with that because we just don't get, and the trips we've made up there so far this year caught several small fish. So
Yeah.
that tells me, that year we had a pretty good spawn.
Yeah.
But the fish just don't seem to be growing like they ought to.
You know,
up there.
the LY, and a lot of people don't believe this, but if you'll get out there and look for them, them are stripers is
Oh,
down
yeah.
there anywhere from 60 to 70 feet.
Yeah.
And you know what they're after? They're after the LY.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they're down there.
Mhm.
And believe it or not, I've seen them LY at 80 feet deep.
Yeah.
And maybe the water temperature's got a whole lot to do with it, and it's run the big LYs down there deeper where the smallmouth is not going to go.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I look at. If they're not feeding on them LY, they're not deep enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, I know they ought to be some bigger fish
Yeah, I agree with you.
turning up there than what we're getting, and
Yeah.
They just don't seem to be gaining any weight, and I'll tell you another thing too. I've yet to see the first fish we've caught yet throwing up crawdads.
Yeah.
It's been shad. It ain't
Yeah.
been a crawdad one hit the bottom of the boat.
And I know for the fact that Norris Lake at one time was plumb full of crawdad.
Yeah.
And that's just been the last couple of years. It's
Yeah.
plumb full of crawfish.
Oh well.
And Dale Hollow the same way.
Yeah.
But now we got better minnows in Dale Hollow than right now. And the boys I talk to right now says that the big LY is coming up under the lights
Mm-hmm.
over there. That's the walleye fishing. They say there's some LY 4 to 6 inches long. It's under that.
Yeah.
Well, you take him out 4 to 6 inches LY. That old bass, I don't care if he don't weigh but 2 pounds.
He gonna get it.
He'll eat that 4 to 6
Yeah.
inch LY,
Right.
and
right.
he'll get heavier and quicker. He really will.
Yeah. Well, that's true, and when them fish is feeding on them crawdads up there, buddy, you don't catch one that he ain't throwing one out of his mouth or got one stuck down in there so far and he can't get it back up. The pinch was hanging
tell
out.
by your live well next
yeah,
morning.
that's right. Yeah, if you're keeping any of them,
Yeah.
the live well's full of daggum crawdads, and we've had them throw them out right there and them crawling around in the boat.
Yeah,
He
that's
they
right.
didn't get
When
it.
you get 'em in the boat, yeah.
just a couple of minutes before you caught him.
That's
You
right.
know.
That's last time I was with Micah fishing. He caught a fish up there, and he looked down there, and his tail was sticking out.
Yeah.
Out of his throat already.
Yeah.
And it was a big old crawfish. It really was.
That's what I'm saying. I've yet to see. I ain't seen the first crawdad yet, and
You're right.
and shoot. Normally by this time they're in there feeding on them crawdads pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Sure are. Mike, did you see any willowfly hatch or anything up there the other night?
Just a very few willow flies around the boat every now and then.
Yeah.
The other night, me and Jim was up there, there wasn't no bugs at all. The only willow flies that I seen was really big, tiny.
And you know this is the time of year, this hot weather's what bring them our willow flies up. You know yourself, we've had to sweep the boat out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
With them willow flies in
yeah.
the past.
That's a fact.
The last couple of years, I've not seen the LY.
Mike, you check your mic there. Anyway, that's true, Bill. The willow flies are just so heavy on the boat you couldn't walk for 'em.
Right.
And now we already had a little early willow fly hatch here back there the 1st of the July, last of June. They'd be all over them light plants over there at work.
Yeah.
I mean, they sure was, and there on North they got a little heavy one night, but that was the end of it.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to that good hatch later on, huh?
Yeah.
In the
Even
next
if I have to step on them,
yeah, I guarantee you.
I've seen them so thick in your boat.
Yeah.
That you'd have to shovel them out, buddy.
Oh yeah, yes sir. Rake them off the boat and everything in the world. I mean, it'd just be thousands of them all over everything.
Yeah.
Sure have. But you know, I'm hoping that things will get right up there, and I can get up there and find out what's going on. Bill, me and you and Mikey and Wesley here, and see if we can figure it out.
That's exactly right.
All right, we're getting what we got, Dylan? About 7 minutes, okay. Do want folks to remember our sponsors, Reynolds Racing and Marine. Get down there in Harriman there at Reynolds and check out the boats and the side-by-sides and the pontoon boats he's got. He's got that new Bullet. I don't think he's sold it yet, but he's got that thing, a SST. It's the latest one out. I looked at it down there a few weeks back. Beautiful boat. I mean, absolutely beautiful. Red metal flake with a little pinstripe of silver in it. Boy, it looked good. Anyway, he's got that sitting over there, and he's got several of the new Mercury engines, 250s, the 250 Pro XS, and he's got the 250 Racing, got some 300s. So anyway, stop by down there and check that out. Also, remember he's going to be out there at WECO Outdoor Show Friday and Saturday out in Wartburg, and I'm sure that plus they've got everything in the world going on out there at the same time, Bill. So we just saw the flyer. And International Union of Operating Engineers, want to appreciate them for sponsoring the show, and you contractors, get with them if you're coming into town to do some work. I believe they can help you. That's what they're wanting to do. Edgemore Outdoors. Trailers, Mike, we got to have some trailers.
That's right.
Huh? I mean, yeah, Jim's got them over there. He got all kinds of plastics.
He's got all kinds.
I mean,
I stopped over there this afternoon
Did
for
you?
a short time, just to get out of the rain.
Yeah.
I stopped over there, and I tell you, he was doing some good business there today too.
Yeah.
People coming in, and that's what they was looking for.
Yeah.
Plastic trailers and plastic that you could fit. That Z-Hog.
Yeah.
Old boy coming out, he bought about 4 packs of them there Z-Hogs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the last time I was over there, I got a pack. I saw this pack of trailers. It's an orange, sparkly looking trailer, and I don't want to get there and try that thing out. And I'm hoping it'll work good. But do remember Edgemore Outdoors, folks. They got everything. You know, like I said on the commercial there, heck, if they don't have it, you don't need it. And but they do have a lot of good fishing stuff over there, and they keep it stocked up good. You can see what you're looking at. The lighting's good in the store, and they're always getting new stuff. You know, the latest thing out and all that kind of stuff. So
I've not got to be with you all that much, but I always watch the show. What happened to my buddy, the crappie man, Tony?
Oh, Tony, he's been farming. I see him there twice a week on Mondays and Wednesdays. He's been farming, but now he did go the last couple of weeks One week he had 11, and the next week he had 12,
Yeah.
and that kind of
Well,
thing.
he still catched them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
catch them
Well,
23.
you tell him he better get ready for me and Mike. As the water cools
No,
off, we are going to
he's
crappie
got
fishing.
Yeah, well, he's catching them out there same way as catching them back in the cold weather.
Yeah.
But he said, you know what it is. He said it gets so hot about 10 o'clock. He says, I just come home.
Oh, man can't stand it out there. You
So,
can't.
no, not you sitting there just barely moving and
Yeah.
not you're anchored out or whatever. And
I tell you, it's been tough on some of the days. It really has.
yeah, and but anyway, folks, do remember Edgemore Outdoors for all your fishing needs. Pamela Ann's, best candies in the country, and we're sure proud to have them right there in Oliver Springs. They've been their fudges, candies is just all over the country and in places out of the country. We appreciate them. Vans Auto Parts, get your anything you need there for your automobile and that kind of thing. So make sure you remember our sponsors. All right, we've got 4 or 5 minutes left. Any last minute words, Mike?
No.
Mike's going tonight. He'll let us.
Let you know.
He's got his grandson, and I was glad to see that. That little feller, he done caught one good fish.
Yeah.
Mike said the last time I was up there, and he seems to be enjoying it, really.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only way you're going to make a good fisherman out of him is to take him and don't expect him to catch one every cast. But anyway, get him to where he catch one every now and then.
Yeah. Mike says he eats good while he's with him.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that either.
All right. Okay, folks. Listen, God bless y'all. Hope we get some good fishing film and before the next show. And we're glad to have our buddy Bill back here with us. I'm
It's
telling you.
always a pleasure to be with y'all.
All right. God bless y'all, and we'll see you next week.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve and